Welcome to the Midwest Moguls Show, where we talk all things business, real estate, and entrepreneurship. Let's dive into today's episode and make business enjoyable again. Welcome back to the Midwest Moguls Show. We are joined by Brennan and Joe today, and we're talking about a podcast studio setup. And we are going to give, we're looking for opinions, we're looking for advice. But what we keep running into is when we're having a conversation here at the table.
Yeah. If anyone has any suggestions, feel free to reach out to us with any table ideas or concepts. That would be extremely appreciated.
That we're going to get a better quality camera, because obviously you guys can see the difference in camera. And yeah, we're going full legit on this side of things. But other than that, what's new for today? Anything you guys did that was fun, enjoyable, entertaining? Anything crazy?
Well, besides tearing out gross carpeting.
Were you?
Yeah.
Where did you tear out carpeting?
Here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dad made me do it and kills the steps.
And you have the showing tonight?
Yeah. He knew that too.
So what is it wet still or no?
No, it's dry.
Okay.
Yeah, it was drying for like 3 hours, so it'll be fine.
Does it look like shit?
Well, you can just tell the people, there's going to be new carpeting put down.
Yeah, we're going to have vinyl plank on the stairs, so it's going to make it way easier for them to clean and...
Yeah.
Are you actually putting plank on the stairs?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That'd be slippery as hell.
But it's
you ever walk on fucking steps with wet feet?
Yeah, I have. My old apartment.
I know. That's where I'm like...
Better than...
we leave a doormat there or something like that. I mean, people aren't that big of... Well, never mind. I'm not going to say that.
We have carpeting on the other steps, and they were going in and out, letting out their dogs, so I feel like it's not going to be...
We have carpeting or plank on those other steps?
Carpeting.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Either we could do, carpeting again, but I feel like...
No, I mean on the front steps.
Well, whatever we're going to do.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter at that point. We probably have enough plank in the back area. That's probably what he's going to use.
We definitely do.
So,
yeah.
Nonetheless.
Or just paint them and be done with it.
Oh, shit.
But it'd probably look like shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it definitely would because the kills on there, I was going to make sure I cut in perfectly and everything else. And I'm like, well, it's just kills on steps, so it doesn't really matter.
No, I know. It's like obsolete at that point. But what about you, Joe? Anything fun, exciting for the day?
Picked up a wholesale check for assignment fee. So
exciting.
Got that. It was right around 15,000.
Cool.
So pretty
Super
good
exciting.
Wholesale deal, if you ask me.
I would say so. That's what. Like, drop a comment down below or let us know your guys' thoughts about what the average profit that you guys shoot for in your wholesale business. Mm-hmm. That's what we kind of shoot for, right around 15. Obviously, we're hoping to raise that. But I guess we'll wait and see. And then, like, to that point, I know we were discussing, it was probably, I don't even know what day it was, maybe a couple days ago, like the virtual acquisition model.
Oh, yeah.
And I was actually kind of practicing that with that call that just came in. Mm-hmm. And I gave him some numbers, and he was going over, I was going over condition with him on the phone. And I said, realistically, we're in this price range. And I said, if it's exactly what you told me, here's where I think we would be at. If it's not, of course, we could be lower or we could be higher depending upon the overall condition. Now, he was saying, oh, well, I got an offer from another investor at whatever, 125 or something. He didn't.
Yeah.
Because he was saying, well, if you could do 125 and we're between 105 to 115. He's like, well, if you could do 125, I think we have a deal. We're not that far apart. And I'm like, actually, we're very far apart. I'm like,
you gotta understand, that's like a whole remodel budget there, 15 grand.
I'm like, that's not gonna work for us. And I said, if it's worth us coming out to take a look, this is where I think we're gonna be at. I said, if it's not worth us coming out to take a look, then I said, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want you to waste ours. But I think that's legitimately where we are. We're probably better than all the other buyers that you're going to call, but you got a crack out of that. But
that's funny.
No, I think that's an advantageous model to start doing.
Yeah.
And even when you go out there, and it depends on the personality type.
Right, obviously.
But if the people are willing to dive into the details with you over the phone, and you can give them some sort of ballpark idea or estimate, so then they're not totally taken back by the numbers or whatever it is, I think that would be for the best.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. It's like,
did you get lined up today?
No, I did that myself.
Did you actually?
Yeah, I did it myself.
I was noticing that. I'm like, I don't think Brennan got a haircut recently, but
I cut my own hair.
Oh, I know,
my
but that's what
off.
I'm like, I didn't think you had like he went to Rich, or I don't think Rich is in the area anymore, is he?
No, he is. He's back.
Is he?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's back again. So
Got it.
that's good news. My barber's back in town until he decides to move to Florida, which then, I mean,
Then you're screwed.
Yeah, I mean, when you find a barber...
Yeah, we had some people in the comments on one of the podcasts that they were asking who cut hair, or who was someone's, because Mark's haircut they were saying shit about. And I'm like, well, I've cut my own hair for the last 3 years, so it's,
I was going to say,
I don't care. I'm saving that money.
I went to the same barber for the last however many years. So, I mean, when you find a barber, men, you know this, when you find a barber, your barber is your barber for life. So,
it is
I'm
what
going
it
to
is.
let my hair grow out then.
Go for it.
All right. You guys heard it here first.
No.
So if you see me with long hair again,
No.
you dig
I don't think it, I think it looks better when it's short. Like, to be honest with you, I think it looks a lot cleaner.
I do too.
Like, it's versus the mullet was just like your hair was long, and it was long.
And it's
it was.
straight.
It was down to my
Yeah,
shoulders.
Which is kind of makes
straight.
it look a little weird. Like if you had curly hair,
It's like a fucking rat tail.
Well, I used to
fine,
have
but-
wavy hair until I shaved my head completely.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was nuts.
Oh, yeah. That's
like when he
right.
was younger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I was
do
like
remember you
20
having-
years old.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was
So that
nuts.
was like 11 years ago.
I was going to say that's a long time ago.
I know.
But anyways, kind of like why I wanted to do the podcast is just talking about like the crappy work. Like today, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It wasn't a fun day. I didn't want to go paint a basement, and then
How does that look?
it looks good. I got to put another coat down in some areas, but
Okay.
I've been throwing the flex around and stuff, and there's still a bunch of crap down there, so
Yeah.
I have to get that taken care of. So also a part of the crappy work, everyone. That and like tearing out the carpeting, it was just gross and
Carpet's
piece-
always
pea
That's the worst.
soaked and
It's
just
disgusting.
it's super disgusting. And I mean, I get it. People don't want to, when they see like the end product of our houses, they think like, wow, that's so beautiful, and like, what did they do? And I mean, even my own house too, it was like the carpeting, you guys can attest to this, you guys helped me rip it out, and it was just absolutely appalling and disgusting how bad it was.
Yeah, that was kind of gross. I was soaked in sweat.
Yeah.
When we were
Oh.
over there doing that. And then it's like once you're sweaty, and then the
Yeah.
carpet,
Oh, and then
like the dust and
dust gets all over your arms,
Yeah,
and you
it's
just feel nasty.
all over. Then you have to
Yeah.
take a shower, rinse all that off.
Oh, we definitely did. I think I should have burnt my clothes after.
No, it's not. Like, that's what I think probably the worst thing on the job sites. Like, if you had a label top 3 worst things, I think probably carpet is up there.
Doors.
Doors.
No, like for disgusting, like dirty work.
Oh, dirty work?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
carpet,
about.
carpet
Yeah.
number 1. Basements can be pretty bad.
Basements can be
Yeah.
kind of bad. It depends on.
Furniture too. Or just like demo. Demo days can suck.
Yeah, I'm
I
trying.
would say anything that has to deal with toilets, plumbing,
Yeah.
like any sort of plumbing, like when I had to deal with clogged pipes and stuff.
Yeah, that's
getting in
disgusting.
There,
The smell.
The smell is disgusting.
I would honestly, I would rather do the dirty work versus lifting like the heavy shit and then like hurting your back
Yeah.
in the process of doing it. Like that's what I would almost rather like clean up a basement than, I don't know, go junk out like a kitchen, like carry a fridge out, or like when we were in Fond du Lac trying to get the
that was
fridge
awful.
and
That was so disgusting.
I think it was a fridge and washer, fridge
Yeah.
and something
Fridge,
like that.
fridge and washer,
Yeah,
and
it
it didn't
sucks.
fit through the door.
No. And then, okay, so I was doing this, and you guys will have to check out the YouTube, but when I was on the bottom, and we were trying to push it, and then the fridge, not cut myself in the throat, but it like fucking throat chopped me, like,
Just a throat
yeah.
punch.
And then I'm like, and then if you've ever hit your throat hard enough, then
Yeah.
you have like this weird taste almost in your mouth from it just getting compressed so hard. So that was super uncomfortable. I know. But
Carm was dying
Yeah,
from
that's-
what was it, a fridge?
fridge. It was,
Yeah, I know.
but it was
I
so
was holding
fucking
on to the
heavy.
thing at the top.
I know.
It was so
But it was,
damn
and then
heavy.
Brennan had to take off because I measured and it would fit through the door, but then it was getting caught on shit. So then we had to take off the exterior door, and then it was terrible. But I was holding up this fridge from the bottom, like on the staircase, and it was so fucking
Right.
heavy. But that was miserable. That was like a terrible
And that-
experience. But
And that damn thing reeked too. We didn't even open it.
no, I
Smelled
know.
So damn
Well, and it
bad.
was just
Oh.
dripping.
Yeah.
Like I think
Dripping. Just,
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some mystery liquid.
disgusting. That was so disgusting.
There was a few times I I don't want to say me personally, but Beth cleaned out some nasty fridges, and she
That's
was a
so
trooper for
gross.
she was a trooper for that.
I mean, you almost like the smell, like a fridge sitting for a long time. Like you never want to open a fridge that's been sitting, especially in like a vacant house or a abandoned house or something without power. Like you're better off just fucking throwing out the entire
yeah.
fridge, like
Yeah.
taping it shut,
Right.
and then making sure that no one can open it and throwing it out. Because that's
They
don't know,
smell so bad.
it is. It's
terrible.
absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I mean, you can potentially get the smell out, but typically those fridges are just gonna
they're
have
sh-
some
like they're
sort of
shot
order, and they're
almost.
just it's disgusting, and it just seeps into every little
I know.
crack. And
I know. Other than that, I'm trying to think of what else I did today. Right.
You met Aaron in HorrorCon.
That was just that house is
yeah.
kind of, it's a little beat up, but it's actually a super nice house. So that's where like the small communities, at least from what I've seen, is there's not a whole lot of people who buy and remodel properties in the small communities.
No.
So when a remodeled property hits the market, it normally goes for a pretty decent. Yeah. And that's where every house that we've done, at least in a smaller community, has sold for like, and this might seem cheap to some people who are listening to this, but it's at least at $100 a square foot, if not over that. And when you're talking this house is 2,000 square feet,
Right.
and I think it's worth $260 fixed up, and it's by any stretch of the imagination, really, really nice place. But again, with that, it's like you don't know until you start digging into it. So, and everything always seems a little bit less until you actually begin the remodel process.
Yeah.
But
Right.
they actually finished up the carpet in Wausau today.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Awesome.
He didn't send me photos, but I think he
So-
said it was done. He sent me a bill, but we'll have to verify
I was
that when
gonna
we go
say,
Yeah.
Can't you just tell
we'll
them to
be
go-
up there next Wednesday. So
Tell them to go back and take a
take
photo.
photos. I'll just have the contractor who's there
Oh,
just
okay.
take some photos.
Yeah.
See how it looks. But they did a nice job on the other houses, so I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
But it's I'm wondering if they did the crawl space entrance. But yeah, we'll wrap that up. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll be done with our side of things by
next Wednesday.
Next
I think.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
and then just I don't know if Zach will be done yet, but he'll finish shortly after that with just the tile work and everything. So that'll be
Yeah.
good.
He's really talented. It's impressive.
I know.
Like him and his the other guy he had working
Yeah.
with him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's their trim work. The corners are so tight, and
Yeah, it's like
perfect.
perfect.
It makes a difference when you go from someone that's just kind of piecing stuff together
Sloppy.
to
Yeah.
someone that knows what they're doing and has actual nice finish work and detail.
That's where especially in high end houses, like
Yeah.
that's the one thing when I'm walking through, I'm like, holy shit, like the detail. Like if you guys look closely in this room, this is a Brennan Crowley special in this room.
What are you talking about? I did the whole design behind us, and everyone said they liked it.
But
You can
no,
thank
it's
your wife for hanging up the paneling on that wall.
that actually does look
Jeez.
good. We
Yeah,
do
it
need
does.
to paint this bottom part though, like the gray.
Oh.
We'll black that out just so it's
Yeah.
blacked
And
out.
Are we
right
gonna
over
get
there
the-
too in the
Yeah,
corner.
yeah, that corner.
Yeah.
So that isn't a big deal, but maybe if you're not, I don't know, whatever you're doing tomorrow, but
Nothing. Maybe finishing up the basement.
well, yeah, that's what finish that house and then can come do that, and then we'll have to do a makeshift
Yeah.
new table for in here for right now,
trying to
or
think.
find something. I
I-
feel like that.
If we find you just need to find 3 smallish tables or
We could do
desks.
Well, we would
Desks
need
or
4.
like little
Well,
kitty
yeah.
desks. Like you had an
That,
know,
I was
that'd
thinking
be-
like
that'd be
element, yeah, just little seats.
But I'm just trying to think because it's like if they're 3 feet wide,
Yeah.
like you just have to have enough room for.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Everyone.
tight back
Yeah.
here.
But it's like we can get back there, but
Yeah.
it's just having the.
Right. I mean, 4, yeah, definitely need to have 4. We have 4
Because
mics.
it's when we're sitting like this is perfect. I think it's everyone can see one another. We can talk to one another. You're not like really cranking your neck.
Right.
But if you're there, that's the worst spot. I'm just
What if we? I mean, it's pretty.
drop a
Pretty small
comment
room,
down below
but
on what you guys think we should do.
If we almost have, and maybe not couches or something like that, but basically being set up in the corner, you have, say a couch, chairs right here,
Yep.
and then on that wall. That way, we're able to sit down, look at each other, as kind of how we're doing it right now.
Yeah,
But then also have enough room to.
that would be
spread
tight.
out. It would
yeah,
be
that'd
tight.
be tight.
I don't know.
Or we could get all of us with our own
I don't
little
know how
like
we-
computer chairs like we have over there, and then just have like a little fold-out desk in front of us? That'd be nice. We could be wheeling around here.
Or what if?
I don't know.
No, I know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't really know the proper setup. Or if we angled something at a different angle, and then maybe it'll be better. But I guess we'll work through that.
Or we just knock down this wall.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
Take your dad's office.
He's hardly ever here, anyways. He's hardly ever here, but
That'd be funny.
When he is, he's watching Facebook videos and stuff. He did that to me today. He's like, "You got to watch this." I'm like, "Well, I wanted to go home and eat lunch, but I don't think that's gonna happen now."
I know. That's like but he's actually out getting the thing for Eveline Street. We need to finish that step, so that'll be finished tomorrow. We'll get re-inspection on that, and then that closes actually next week.
Oh, really?
Awesome.
So, damn.
We have a lot of projects. I was looking back at the numbers for not November, but November will be a really good month, but September, October.
Yeah.
Those are both really big months. But then I think we have a lot of momentum even coming forward because it's like, okay, Randall's finishing up, Doty's going to finish up.
Yeah.
All these different things. So, and we still seem to have a steady flow of leads coming in, and that we have a shit ton of direct mail hitting. So
yeah, I was gonna say because right now I've only had like
I know
a couple calls, but
it'll go out. It'll go out one goes out tomorrow, one campaign, one goes out Monday, one goes out the following Friday, and then I think one will go out the following week as well. So you'll have 4 hitting within a matter of 2 weeks.
Oh shit!
So it's a lot.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Hunting.
I forgot about that. Fuck. I didn't think about that. I should have adjusted it because I was like, I don't think there's anything going on.
Can you adjust it, or is it too late?
It's too late because you approved the proof. If someone answers, I'll schedule because I'm not hunting, so I'll schedule the appointment. But we did. Did you save that Snapchat, or did you take a Snapchat yesterday of that deer?
Yeah, I did. I just sent it to. I didn't save it. Okay. Unfortunately, I just,
that was pretty cool. We saw.
Buddies.
And I called Joe and told him, but we saw a buck all horned up. He was about ready to pounce on a couple deer. Well, we saw actually 2.
Yeah.
We had a 6-pointer and then a spike. So that was cool. First time ever seen that.
That's really cool.
At least like really, really close to that.
Yeah.
That was 20 yards away at the most. And I'm like, that was insane actually. So that was really, really cool.
Sit on the back porch with a deer rifle, just blast.
I know. That's what I said to Brennan. I'm like,
insane.
You could just. And I can't even imagine just like sitting in that big living room at that house in the wintertime because my dad got the fireplace working in there.
Oh, seriously?
So he had that on.
That's
I'm
awesome.
like, it's fucking sweet. It was so cool, bud.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I'm like, that's quite the place.
Yeah.
And it's cleaned up a ton. Like it looks way, way nicer now. So.
Oh, I mean, just think of all the time and effort that was crappy that one day that you and I went up there and had to
re-insulate or not
re-insulate. We had to cut out all the nails.
That was terrible.
Yeah, that sucked.
Hundreds and hundreds of nails.
That's
and
all we
screws.
Did.
I think we were there for 6 hours.
6 hours just doing that, standing on ladders like 2 idiots.
That was terrible though.
I just think of how many times I had to go there to cut out like moldy drywall around the windows and bleach everything down and everything else. It was
I know, but it's
looking back at it, would it be easier just to replace a lot of that stuff?
What we did, we ripped out almost all of it.
Joe.
Well,
but
that's what we did.
I know, but
there's a couple different components. So that project specifically, having the distance obviously is one thing. Like it's taking out the distance factor. Okay, but we got the roof put on right away. That was perfect. With the junk out, the junk removal, that should have all been done at one time. It was not. So with the clean out, they ripped out some things. They didn't rip out everything that we needed to have out. Like kitchen cabinets were still left in, bathroom things, like a bunch of miscellaneous shit that should have been ripped out to begin with. So then there was no further issues. And then that would have tentatively sped up some of the process and made it a little bit easier. But then we were dealing with inspection issues and contractors and there's always components.
Taped to the window. The township did and said this place is not habitable for any.
Oh, that's until we do a final inspection on it.
We knew that to begin with. It wasn't habitable.
Yeah, I know. That's what
for a little while.
Like, that was just it's such a learning lesson. I actually don't even regret buying the project because I'm like, we learned a ton.
Yeah.
As long as we can get it to the finish line, which we'll have to do a air quality air quality test to make sure everything's good to go for the next owner. But
It should be. I
yeah, I
with
would,
how
I would,
much-
like
with how much time and effort you put into that alone.
Yeah, that's true.
but we had
Yeah,
the ducts cleaned. So what I was thinking is, okay, you have the ducts cleaned twice. So there's nothing in the ductwork anymore other than maybe a little bit of dust from construction, but not
Right.
a whole lot. But after that, like all the surfaces are brand new. Everything's painted. Everything's covered up. Like what potential mold like substance could be other than it being in the actual environment in the air? I don't foresee anything causing an issue, but maybe that's incorrect. I don't really
Yeah.
know. So
I mean, I'm not a mold guy.
Yeah.
no, I know. Neither am I, but I keep telling myself that because I'm like, otherwise it makes me panic a little bit. If we
Yeah.
get done and then it's like, hey, there's still a ton of stuff going on.
That
That's why I'm like, what the fuck do you do in that
I
instance?
mean, I say we cross that bridge
How
when
much
the time
does it-
comes,
well,
but
how
I'd say
much-
we burn it down and
yeah, arson.
yeah.
commit insurance
No.
fraud.
No.
But how much does it cost to get the testing done to see if there's any mold or anything?
$450.
Like that? Okay.
So and we've had it done already. It didn't pass, obviously, but everything was wide open when we had that. So and nothing was. So we had that done. There was dust everywhere, debris everywhere. It was dirty. It was disgusting. It was literally like there was fucking like old appliances. And this is again the same thing. Why are the appliances still in the house when you throw out everything else?
Yeah. That's,
Like, what was the point of that?
Well, I mean, I think that I'm not going to point the finger at anyone here, but
I think it was laziness.
yeah, absolutely.
what
it
it
was
amounts to.
laziness,
Yeah.
'Cause
100%.
it's like, why are we going back up and doing the same thing over and over and over again? And then it's 3 hours round trip just driving, and then you have the time there. So, but
And
yeah,
then, that's the stuff we gotta figure out how to cut that
Correct.
out. And
we're gonna get away from rehabs in a major way. But I was talking with Aaron today, and they have like a lot of renovation projects going on, and I just said, I'm like, yeah, we're not. Like that's not our wheelhouse anymore.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting away from the dozens and dozens of rehab projects and just going down to few and like
Yeah.
select, and then we'll just maximize the current ones and make sure
Right.
everything's rock solid and
yeah,
good to
just
go, and then
almost
not
like
worry.
enough work for our
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
and that's about it.
Yeah, keep steady.
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
the things flowing. Buy some rental properties every now and again. Do some projects like that, just so we're not overextending things, but then ramp up the wholesale volume, or buy and resell, or just buy in very small renovations and turn and burn properties.
Like
Yeah.
the one on 17th, that was super easy rehab.
I know
I
we
love that.
we actually just dropped that price
We
because
did?
it's not selling.
Oh, that's a shame.
So I'm like,
That's
I
such a
just
nice
dropped it
house.
to $199.9, but we'll see.
See,
Hopefully
that-
we can get.
yeah, that's where I think, even though if we like stop doing so many flips,
Yep.
we're gonna still be wholesaling, a lot of those properties then off. We're not worrying about or not having to pay any like holding costs.
Yep.
We're not paying for all the mistakes and time that we have to go back to properties, extra
Yeah.
material we got to put in. And that's where like switching to doing a little bit more on the wholesale
Yeah.
side and being pickier on the flipping side,
Yep.
that's going to help us tremendously, especially when it comes to those farther out properties.
Correct.
Like that are hour and a half. Why are
Well,
we
it's-
doing those?
Yeah,
Like it's
because we couldn't sell them. That's exactly. And it's just not not having the right systems and processes in place.
True.
So it's like not having the conversation with the owner that, hey, this is going to be a partner offer on our side. We are going to partner with another local team member. If we're unable to do that, then we have to buy it, go in a different route, or we just
Right.
won't buy it all
Yeah.
together. So it's having that upfront conversation that I've always had this like uncertainty in certain cases, but I don't necessarily have that any longer because
Yeah.
it's just the same thing over and over again.
And if we actually have like in the contract sticking
Yeah.
with the contingencies of if after 14 days
Can't
if
do
we
it.
can't find it, like we have to actually make that decision instead of, because typically we would then just be like, all right, well, we'll still buy it
Yep.
because of the situation, whether it's
Yep.
emotional,
Yeah.
like we're emotional involved or whatever. But we just got to tell them that we're
Yeah,
not, we can't do it. Like
No, I know.
it's not in our business model anymore. We're not going to take that big of a risk, especially when it becomes a property that is such a huge rehab. Like for us, I don't think it would be smart to keep on taking those risks, especially when we have a constant like flow of leads coming in, deals are coming in. We might as well get them in, get them out,
Yeah.
and keep making money. And then there's less expenses attached to those profits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Less stress.
Yeah, and
Less
sorry.
thinking. I mean,
Less,
not
yeah,
that.
well,
it's
it's, but
less
it is.
thinking.
It's way less.
It is
Like, think if you. So I was like talking to Aaron. Aaron is doing, I think he said like 14 renovation projects right now.
yeah,
That's insane.
And I'm like, I said, holy shit. Like that
Yeah.
like that's absolutely nuts. That's freaking
that's
crazy
insane.
amount. And it's so much. And then you're like, okay, well, what about this or that or this thing or that thing? And you forget one thing, and now it's delaying this, or the contractors are delayed, and it's just an effect that happens. And now, if you have the right team in place, you have multiple project managers or whatever that is, then
Yeah.
it's not a terrible situation. But if you're doing a lot yourself, that's overwhelming. It's a lot of work.
And I think it's just him and another guy that manage his
Yeah,
projects.
that's what he was saying.
That's insane.
Which is extremely impressive
yeah.
in that regard. But I don't like there's a lot of money to be made in renovations and flipping houses. I just think there's a lot of risk that comes with it. Sometimes unnecessary risk just for a little bit higher dollar amount. But I guess it is what it is on that side. Like teach your own. We've done it for a long time. It's been working well.
And
Yeah.
if people
But-
make money off it, they make money
yeah.
off it. It's. I mean, I wish them nothing but the best of
Yeah.
luck.
I just think being very, very select
I
with
think
the properties that we do and doing easy remodels. Like, why don't we?
When we're at
Yeah.
the point where we can pick and choose
I know.
and be strategic about the flips that
Correct.
we're doing. We don't need to be chasing and flipping every single
Yeah.
property. We did in the beginning because we
Oh,
only
of course,
had
yeah,
maybe
We had to make a name though.
we only had maybe a couple deals
Yep.
come in and maybe lock up a deal, once every 2-3 months.
Yep.
So we had to take a chance on those.
know.
But now we don't have to take a chance.
No, now when you have consistency,
It's every week. You guys get
Yeah.
calls on leads and stuff, and I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of one of the things where it's like when you guys had your whole conversation that you just had. It's
Yeah.
I don't know much about wholesaling or anything like that. I'm more of a on the job site type of guy and everything else. But I mean,
well, I
from
think
behind
you'll
the
learn
scenes-
though.
Yeah,
Like that's kind of the goal.
Yeah.
Is
but I
obviously
mean, all the things that you guys do behind the scenes is just pretty impressive. So,
I know. Thanks, Brennan.
you know, you're welcome.
Yeah.
But hey, it's 4:50. When's the thing at? 5?
5.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, then we'll wrap it here. I appreciate you guys watching. As always, remember to hit the like and subscribe button. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.